So already in tutorial number 4, we have solved the examples on unit number 3. First, we have solved the examples on the law of parallelogram of forces. Okay, and the resultant for the law of parallelogram of forces will be your R is equal to, that is resultant is equal to AC. All students, show me your pen and paper. Open your camera. Please. See, the lecture is recorded. All I will request all of the students, they will open their cameras. Show me your pen and paper. Please fast. In tutorial class, I don't have to say. Please. Please open your cameras. Ammar, Sahil, Yasir Khan, Deep Khan, Fahd, Sahil, Yasir, Abid Khan, Ammar Ansari, Pasha, Malik Asjad, Muhammad Sahil, Yasir Khan. Please open your camera. I will see you. This tutorial class, you should sit with the pen and paper. Show me your pen and paper. Please fast, we are delaying you. Okay? Pasha. Okay. Abhi. Okay. Abid Khan. Sahil. Show your pen and paper. Please fast. Muhammad Sahil, M5. Yasir Khan.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Show your camera. Open your camera. Show notebook. Muhammad Sahil, also you also show your notebook. Where is pen and paper, Yasir Khan? Please show me. देखिए आप लिखेंगे नहीं, एग्जाम्पल सॉल्व नहीं करेंगे प्रॉपरली, कैलकुलेटर पेन और पेपर लेकर नहीं बैठेंगे तो ट्यूटोरियल क्लास का कोई मकसद नहीं. You have to solve on your own. I'm just showing to you. So we'll start the our this tutorial class. In previous classes, we have uh, done example in tutorial number 4, example on the parallelogram law of forces. So if two force system are there and they are the concurrent force, and they are from one point, so that type of forces are nothing but uh, the you can solve with the parallelogram. So what is the parallelogram of force? कि हमारे दो साइड फोर्स के अब दिए है, उससे हम डॉटेड लाइन से अनदर फोर्स हम बनाएंगे पैरेलल टू F1. अगर पैरेलल टू F1 में अगर बनाता हूँ यहाँ पर, तो That will be, you can see, dotted line, that is nothing but the F1 parallel to F2. Again I will make a dotted line where they meet, then I will show that point C. So that is A, and then there's B, and this is D. So when these points meet, I will draw the diagonal from this point, and that diagonal is representing the resultant R, and which is making angle alpha with the horizontal. So this is nothing but the parallelogram law of force. And to find the resultant, we are using the formula R is equal to under root of, already the derivation we have seen in the classes, f1 square plus f2 square plus 2f1 f2 cos of theta. Theta is angle between the two forces. And also when we have to find out the alpha, angle alpha, so tan alpha, you can find out that is nothing but C upon AE, that is F2 sine theta. C is nothing but F2 sine theta. You can see this is the F2. Okay, so this one is CE. So you find the CE. CE is nothing but this F2. This will be the diagonal for this triangle. So that will be the F2 sine theta divided by the AE. AE is nothing but the AB plus BE, and BE is this nothing but is uh, this AB is nothing but F1, and BE is nothing but F2 cos theta. So that is nothing but your uh, from this equation you can find out the tan alpha to the law of parallelism. So in previous class, and also we did see if the theta is 90 degree, what is the R? If theta is 0 degree, what is the R? We have seen all this in the previous class. Also, we solved these two examples, example number 1 and example number 2 in the previous class. Now today, the example number 3, the tutorial class number 5, uh, tutorial class 5, example number 3 and sheet number 1. So here the examples are given. Resolve the forces. It is on the, these examples are on the resolution of forces. So what they are saying, resolve each of the following force into orthogonal components. तो ऑर्थोगोनल कंपोनेंट में हमको रिजॉल्व करना है, क्योंकि हमको सॉल्व करने के लिए हम ये करते हैं. So what is that? This is, this tutorial is on the resolution of forces. So these tutorials are based on the resolutions of forces. Okay, so we will see, resolve the first force. You know that, you know that in our there are how many quadrants? There are four quadrants in our uh, coplanar forces. This is your x-axis. This one is the positive x-axis. This is also x-axis, but this one is the negative x-axis. This was the y-axis. The This is the positive y-axis, and below you can say that negative y-axis. So two types, these are the four quadrants we are generally saying. The first quadrant, this one is the second quadrant, this one is the third quadrant, and this one is the fourth quadrant. Okay. So resolution of forces we can do, there is pull or the push, and we can find out the resultant or the values as you know the resultant and the angle of the forces. Okay, so in first quadrant, or if I will write in the type of direction, then you know if you are showing the direction, we are generally showing the north at the upward, and then right side is the east, north, east, then south, and the west. Okay, so this is the north, east, south, and west. We are showing is the northwest direction. So here in the example, in this example, because uh, they are showing with the direction based on the north or northeast or south or southeast. So generally, I will, in place of this, I will remove. Now you know positive x, positive y, negative x, negative y. I will write the directions, and you also know the quadrants, the four quadrants, and that is first, second, and third. And now I will just show with the directions as we are showing. That this is the your north direction. This is your east direction, right side, and bottom we are showing our globe, north, east, south, and west directions. If the force in between this, then you can see that is northeast direction. If the force in between these two, then we can say it is the northwest direction. If the force in this quadrant, third quadrant, then we will say it as a southwest direction, and if the force in fourth quadrant, we can say the southeast direction. So these are the different uh, directions, okay, based on the direction if you say. And this one is the first quadrant. If you say the quadrant, this one is second quadrant. This one is the third quadrant. We divide into four quadrants. So this one is the fourth quadrant. Okay. And also you are saying in terms of positive x, this direction east, north is positive y direction, west is the negative x direction, and south is the negative y direction. So values in the first quadrant are uh, generally they are the values in the first quadrant. If you write these values are both values x and y, they are positive. If you come to the second quadrant, the x value is negative and the y value is the positive. So we are showing x comma y like this. Okay. If you, if your point or force in the third quadrant, then the both value of x and y both are negative. You come to the fourth quadrant, value of x is positive, but value of y is the negative. Okay. So likewise, you can show the important. Now here we have to resolve the forces into components, orthogonal component. Orthogonal means the forces should be at right angle. Orthogonal, if this is the force, if this force F you have to resolve in orthogonal direction, So this is in x direction, in horizontal direction, that is called fx. This force F, you are resolving vertical direction, then it will be denoted by Fy. If they are at 90 degree, we are resolving, that this is called as orthogonal components. So Fx, here Fx is the horizontal component at x-axis. So this is the orthogonal component at x-axis. Okay. It may be positive, it may be negative based on the quadrant. Huh? Similarly, if you say the Fy, अगर आप बोलते हैं Fy, अगर मैं लिखूं यहाँ पर Fy is the orthogonal component, the vertical component of orthogonal component of y-axis. It may be positive, it may be negative, based on the quadrant, in which quadrant your force is given. Now, first force we'll consider. You can see the first force. What is the given here? The first force is 20 Newton acting 30 degree northeast. So northeast कहाँ पर है हमारा? It is in the first quadrant. So I will draw the quadrant first. I will draw the y-axis. Okay. So freehand drawing is there. You can consider this. And this is the x-axis. So this one is our first quadrant. No. So this one is our first quadrant. And this one is our second. This one is third quadrant. And this one is our fourth quadrant. Okay. तो फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट बड़ा मैंने क्यों बनाया कि 20 न्यूटन एक्टिंग इन नॉर्थ ईस्ट. तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट इज कमिंग इन द, यू कैन सी इन द फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट. के लिए मैंने उसको क्या किया, मैंने बड़ा बनाया. ओके. नाउ दिस आई विल remove. In the first quadrant, the force is northeast direction and 20 Newton. Force is 20 Newton force in the northeast direction, and it is making angle 30 degree with the horizontal. Now this force, when I will resolve this force, so what happened? So it is nothing but the x component, that is fx, that is nothing but, that is 20 cos theta, 20 cos theta, 20 cos of theta. Theta is here is 30 degree cos 30. And if you resolve it on orthogonal component vertically, that is in y direction, north direction, you can say this is our north direction, and that is this is our east direction. Okay. What will be the Fy? The Fy is equal to 20 sine, this is cosine component, because theta is horizontal making angle. sine of 30. Okay. So now we can find out the values of these values. You can find out. Okay. I will write down what is the value of fx. The value of fx is equal to 20 into cos of 30. What is the cos of 30 value? So cos 30 is nothing but 0.866. So 20 into 0.866. The value of fx will be into 20 into 0.866, that is 17.3, 17.32 kilonewton. Newton, not kilonewton. समझ में आया? Similarly, when we find out the Fy component, so Fy, if we write Fy is equal to 20 sine of 30. What is the sine of 30 value? You find out the sine 30 value. It is nothing but 0.5. It is nothing but 0.5. The value of sine 30 is nothing but 0.5. So when we multiply 0.5 with the 20, then the Fy value will be, the value of Fy will be how much? 10 Newton. So now in the first quadrant, for the first example, our solution will be, you can write down Fx is equal to 17.32 Newton and Fy is equal to 10 Newton. Okay, then we will check our solution with the solution. Now, in example number 2, if you take the 25 Newton acting due north, तो यहाँ पर क्या बोल रहा है? 25 किलो न्यूटन का, सॉरी 25 न्यूटन का फोर्स है, वो नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन में एक्ट हो रहा है. तो शीट नंबर 2, example 3 of sheet number 2, I will again draw the quadrant. So I will draw the quadrant. In this quadrant, the force 25 Newton acting due north, यानी north side में exactly act हो रहा है. So you can say that this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. Now here you can see the value, the x value is making angle 90 degree here. And also it is making 90 degree angle. So it is already, you can see, if you consider in first quadrant or second quadrant, the force may be in the first quadrant or it may be in the second quadrant. दोनों quadrant में हो सकता है. So that is exactly at the north direction or positive. So what will the value of fx and fy here? Because it's orthogonal, what will be the value of here? You can say the value of fx will be f sine f cos of theta. So the value of cos 90 is 0. Value of cos 90 is 0. So क्या हो जाएगा? F into 0, the value fx will be 0. Now if you find the value of Fy here, the value of Fy is nothing but Fy is equal to F sin theta, या F क्या है हमारा 25 न्यूटन है इंटू साइन ऑफ 90, साइन ऑफ 90. So sine of 90 is nothing but 1. So 25 into 1, then Fy is equal to, as it is, 25 Newton. समझ में आ गया? So this is the second force, 25 Newton, we have resolved. Similarly, you have to resolve the force in, we'll solve the third example for the resolving the force. What is this, sir? 30 Newton acting northwest. 30 न्यूटन एक्टिंग नॉर्थ वेस्ट बोले तो नॉर्थ वेस्ट कौन सा क्वाड्रेंट में आ रहा है? इट इज कमिंग टू द सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट. नॉर्थ वेस्ट कौन क्वाड्रेंट में आ रहा है? सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट. अब यहां पर एंगल कुछ दिया है क्या? इफ द हियर एंगल इज नॉट गिवन, इट इज नॉट गिवन, तो क्या रहेगा एंगल? बिकॉज द एंगल इज नॉट गिवन, इफ यू ड्रॉ द फिगर, this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, this is the fourth quadrant. Because my force is in the second quadrant, so it is exactly sorry, huh? So this force is acting exactly northeast position, sorry, northwest position. Very problematic when you are drawing the freehand. Very again I have to draw the quadrant. So I will draw the quadrant again. First quadrant, second quadrant, and the force is exactly northeast, this force, and this force is value of 30 Newton. That value is 30 Newton. Okay, and this is the your north, positive y, this is your x, negative x. Okay, and this is the positive y, north direction, and this one is your west direction. This is your east and this is your south. तो हम लोगों ने फिगर बना लिया. Now what we will do? Now we have to resolve the force. अब यहाँ पर एक बात हमको ध्यान में रखना है कि it is the angle is not given, so it is the 30 Newton force is at northwest completely. So if we denote is half of the 90 degree, it is 45 angle it will make if it is exactly northwest direction. If angle is not given, it means that this force is acting to the northwest, exactly northwest, and if it is exactly northwest, the angle it is making with the half of the 90 degree, that is 45 degree. Okay, so again we will resolve this force. We will resolve in two direction, y direction and the x direction. So this is the negative x direction and this is the positive y direction. Okay, so what will be the fx value? The fx will be f of cos theta, that is equal to f is nothing but 30 Newton, and cos 45. Cos 45 value is nothing but root 2. Cos 45 is nothing but root 2. Root 2 is nothing but 0.707. So that is 30 Newton into 0.071. The value will be, when we multiply this value 0.0070 into 30, and the fx is nothing but 21.21 kilonewton. Because x is the negative, so you can write down negative if you write. Otherwise, it is full. No need of writing. Okay. So I will wait a minute. So I will call. I will call them later on. We will continue our lecture. So this fx is f cos theta. So 30 cos 45. If you write, then this will be the our value 21.21. That is the x component of the force 30. Then again, now we have to find out the vertical component. The vertical component generally we denote the Fy. Fy is equal to nothing but F sine of theta. What is the F? It is 30. What is the sine theta? Sine of 45. Okay. F sine theta 30 into sine 45 is nothing but that is also root 2. Sine of 45 is nothing but it is also root 2. The value will be 0.707, that is value of sine 45, and the value is nothing but again 21.21 meter. So this is the third force we have resolved. I think so you understand this also. Now we will resolve the another force. It is given 35 Newton acting southwest with 40 degree. Southwest direction कौन सा है हमारा? It is in third quadrant. Both value will be negative. You see in the negative or negative or positive, we denote as a push or pull. It is just a sign. There is a value. So 35 Newton acting 40 degrees south of west. South of west से 40 degree act हो रहा है. So that is in third quadrant. So I will draw the quadrant first. So I will draw the quadrant. Okay. थोड़ा लाइन टेढ़ी मेढ़ी है, जरा समझ लीजिए आप. Free and drawing is there. So it may happen. You will understand this. Okay. Happen by. Again we will draw. This is third quadrant. First quadrant, second, third and fourth. तो जो क्वाड्रेंट में मुझको फिगर बनाना है, आई एम नॉट शोइंग देम. तो आप देखिए कि थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट क्यों, चूंकि ये साउथ वेस्ट है. साउथ वेस्ट कहाँ पर आ रहा है? थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट. आई विल ड्रॉ द force of 35 Newton with 40 degree. I will draw the force here which is making 40 degree in the southwest direction. This is west, this is south. This one is east, and above is the north. Okay. Now these force we have to resolve. into again the orthogonal components. So if you will resolve in the orthogonal components, you can see here I am resolving the force in orthogonal component. This one is the sorry, this is happening. So you can see I will draw from here. This is so sorry. This one is the horizontal component of orthogonal, the vertical component in y direction. So this is fx, this is fy. Now again we have resolved the force for fy or fx. Again we can write here what is the fx? Fx is nothing but f cos of theta. Here f value of f is nothing but the value of f is nothing but it is given 35 Newton in our example. तो f is equal to 35 Newton. तो यहाँ पर अब मैं अगर लिखूं fx is equal to f cos theta, so f will be 35. Cos theta means cos of which angle? 40 degree. 40 degree. So I will write here fx is equal to 35 Newton into cos of 40 means cos of 40 we have to find out from the calculator. The cos of 40 is 0.766. It is 0.766, and if you solve this, multiply with the force 35, it is coming 26.81 Newton. It is coming 26.81 Newton. The value of fx is nothing but how much? The value of fx you have calculated it is 26.81 Newton. Similarly, you have to find out the value of y. Similarly, you have to find out the value of y. Okay. So if you find the value of y, you can see in the figure again fy is the vertical component. So that is nothing but f of sine theta. Of sine theta, and that is equal to nothing but f is 35 sine of 40 degree. So sine of 40 is nothing but you can find out from the calculator that is sine 40 is 0.62, 0.642. So it is 35 into the value of sine 40 is 0.642, and the fy value will be multiplied with the force 35. You will get the 22.49 Newton is the vertical component of the two orthogonal components fx and fy of these examples. So now the values we are find out all fx and fy. Then we will compare with the results. So you can find out that 17.32 for first force and fy is 10 Newton. So you can see here the fx is 17.32, fy is the, you can see here, sorry, so you can see here the values, yes, f1 is 17.32 as we have find out, fy is 10 Newton, it is matching with our result, we are calculated properly, okay, 17.32 and 10 Newton. Then second one is fx is 0 and fy is 25 Newton. So in second example you can see the fx is 0 and fy is plus 25 Newton. If you come to the Another third example, it is in second quadrant, negative x or positive y. So fx is minus 21.21 and y is plus 21.21. You'll see here also it's minus 21.21 and it's plus 21.2, matching with our result. And again, the third quadrant example is 35 Newton with angle 40 degree. The fx is 26.8. These both value will be minus because they are in third quadrant. In third quadrant, we have seen that all the values are minus in the x direction and y direction. So this is minus 26.81 kilonewton, Newton, and minus 22.4 Newton. You can see here also 26 minus 26.81 Newton and minus 22.4 Newton. So this is the example number 3 of your tutorial class number 5. So we have seen today how to resolve the component in orthogonal component of the force system for the concurrent force system. Okay, so this is the coplanar concurrent force system. How to resolve the forces we have seen. How many quadrants are there? Also, we have seen all these are. I think so. You understand. If you have any doubt, do not understand, you can ask with me. I will explain once again. Otherwise, we will stop here. किसी को कोई डाउट है तो वो पूछ सकता है. मलिक असजद, अदीज खान.
नो सर.
नो डाउट. समझ में आ गया बेटा सबको? आप सबको समझ में आ गया? यासिर खान,
यस सर.
मलिक असजद,
Yes, sir.
समझ में आ गया? तो इसके
Yes,
ऊपर
sir.
और बहुत से क्वेश्चन पेपर्स मैं शेयर करूंगा आपको. तो क्वेश्चन पेपर में से एग्जांपल लेकर आप नोटबुक पे सॉल्व करिए. I will share you assignments and you have to solve the example, क्योंकि ये आपके एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है. So we will stop here and then we will continue to another class on Monday. Or if possible, tomorrow we will see extra tutorial class if possible. So I will send you a message of time, then you will join. Thank you for joining.